Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Rohit here. 2022 was a mind-blowing year for me personally. First of many experiences, first of many emotions, first of many people who I have met, and that's what made me who I am today. So I'm really grateful for all of that. And it's been amazing, man. I just want to mention that the year started off with snow. No matter how old I grow, I won't allow anyone to take away the joy of me enjoying in the snow. That's for sure. That's how much I love snow. And whenever it snows, it also changes my mindset. It tells me that something good is going to happen. And in January, when it snowed a lot, that's when Jay walked into my life, and he's my most favorite person in the US. I have to mention that, and he's amazing, man. I also made a video with Jay, so you guys should probably check it out. And see, I'm someone who is new in the US. It's just been a semester when the year started in 2022. So a lot of it, I was still trying to experience all of it on my own, right? So I started my bachelor life in Philadelphia. So I'm really grateful for that. Philadelphia is my most favorite city in the US. And Jay walked into my life, and we were having a lot of parties at home. We were bringing a lot of people at home. So I met Jay's family, Jay's friends who he has been out with. So all of them thought a lot about myself, as well as I got to experience US. And in our friend circle, there's a lot of diversity. There's like a black person, there's a white person, there's a European, there's a someone from Africa. So I mean, we miss Australian, so seats are still open. But there's Asian, there's Indian, so there's a lot of diversity. So all of it taught me a lot. So I'm not the kind of Indian who would stay only among the Indian group and go only with Indians. For me, it's about experiencing life. And whenever I was a child, and when I look in the media about like Indian celebrities talking about India in the West, they would be like, oh yeah, so and so. But for me, having a multicultural background, I want to make use of it. And whenever I look at these interviews, I'm like, they could have done it this way, they could have done it that way. And you guys should check out the collage video too. So for me to cook and serve a foreigner and be like, hey, taste this and tell me what it's like. So I will be telling them, hey, this is the dish from this state, so and so state. So for me to use that knowledge to teach the other person, it's a big thing for me personally. And I really enjoy doing those things, like being out with other people, learning a lot. I'm a huge opportunist, so for me to make use of all the opportunities, this is the land of opportunities, so I was making use of all the opportunities that I could get. And even in a random day, I really should have started YouTube in January. So much of content too. Even on a random day, I'll tell you, like in the morning, I'm leaving home around 7:30, and then I'm going for work. At work, I had a really amazing work environment. I'm really grateful for that. Shout out to Jason and Rich. For me, Rich having the best boss that I could ask for. Like, I would tell him, hey, I'm going to see this person. He'd say, I'm going to see this girl. Like, hey, I'm going to see go to this event. Sometimes I would even be dropped at the event. So I used to do my work. I used to chill and enjoy during my work. For me, they told me work, I would just complete it and I would relax. So I could go wherever I want. We roamed as if we owned the campus. So that I was in a way the most powerful student worker on Rutgers campus. So I really enjoyed having the position, as well as enjoying the opportunities that I could get, and the kind of people who I ran into. The kind of, like, shout out to Kritika too, who I met her at a subway station. So I used to meet and talk to random people, and that's what made me who I am today. So I'm really grateful for all of that. And it's just been amazing that the first half of the year, and in my first half, it's still August. After that, there's a lot of change. But right now, whatever I'm talking, it's still August. So on a random day, I'm finishing work, and the classes I was working under a detective, going to a crime scene, taking pictures. So that was another beautiful memory. So the classes were just amazing. I had really beautiful rapport with all my classmates. We were just having fun, poking fun, and really there was a lot of laughter. When Jay and I laughed, like, I would be on the middle of the street, we'd be holding a stomach laughing, I'd be kneeling down. So that's how much I laughed. There's not even a single sad day in the first half of the year. That's how my whole year went. Like, but yeah, coming back to the random day, I keep going off topic. But you're finishing work, attending classes in the evening, and then in the classes you have amazing people. At the events you have amazing people, and then you come back home. You decide where do you want to go out with, who you want to go out with. And I was also casual dating a lot. So in a day, in a day I used to see like 3 to 4 people. So that's, I mean, that was amazing phase for me personally. That's what I keep stressing on. But then and then you come back home, it would be like 10, 11, and then we are going to bar and club. I don't drink, but it's the experience being, I was living my bachelor life, and I'm really enjoying all of that. So that's how it was for me. Like, I'm new here, I'm getting to experience all of it. And Jay also, like, Jay didn't have anyone to show him around or experience all of it, and I was trying to make use of everything, like even at a car wash or like putting gas. So for me, all of it, hey, I want to do it on my own. And for someone to be like that brother figure for me, the brother that I never had, so brother from another mother, so that kind of figure for me, Jay was that person for me. And Fisher and all, the shout out to Fisher and Joe too. Like, there would always be big topics to do. I don't gossip, I don't do drama, so it's always big discussion. And hey, let's talk about school system here. And even with the movies, I try to make sure that they watch all different kinds of movies. India is not just Bollywood. And the music, so we would be bumping music in the car. So the grocery shopping and clothes shopping is another. Like, even with grocery shopping, I would decide like, yeah, we are getting all of this stuff, and then I would go back to clothes. I was in the fashion phase, so that's one more thing about me. Like, I was enjoying fashion. Oh yeah, fashion. I was getting a lot of clothes. But yeah, now it has changed. But in the first half it was like that, and it taught me a lot about different things itself. Like, I started thinking of fame and popularity in a different way. Wherever even people knew me. So I remember once, St. Patrick's Day actually. So Fisher and I went to a bar. We talked to people, but then I had to leave. And then I was actually invited the next day. But then I had some other plans, so I was going out with some other people, so I couldn't go. But then fame and popularity is not about what people say in front of you. It's about what people say behind you, or what they gossip about you or anything. But when I actually didn't go the next day, so many people asked about me, and then I was like, so I could just be myself. We have a lot of people coming over. We had a lot of parties at our place, and then they would do some pre-booze, and then we would go to the clubs. Like, when 20, 30 people are at our place, and these people actually, G and Fisher tell the other people like, hey, there's a Rohit called there's a guy called Ro. That's what my American name is. So that's how Jay actually gave me that title, like Ro. But then he'll be like, hey, you guys have to meet this guy. This guy is amazing. He's amazing. He's like, they tell really nice things about me, and all I have to do is just be myself. So that's all I needed to do. And I just enjoyed being that. I used to meet so many cool people, and then they loved me, I loved them. So the kind of experiences, the kind of, like, going in the car, the late night walks. In a average week, I would walk 50 plus miles, so that's 80 plus kilometers. That's a lot of activity. Like, for me also, as an international student, I for my mantra was, in a week I should go to a minimum one new place, like a museum or any of that sort. Minimum one new place and minimum one new dish which I should try. So that was what I followed as an international student, and that's what I encourage others also to follow too. So all of it I was doing really well. And like, I used to go out with many people. The work life was amazing. The my career was booming. The academic part was going really well. Every single aspect of my life was just booming like anything. And then all of these experiences were, in a way, like, every week used to be better than the last one. That's the best part. And to I remember once, like, we had someone knocking on the door, and it's actually now that person is a friend, but then it's Philadelphia, man. You just don't knock a door just like that. But then we open, and that girl just pushed over and come and was like, where is Ro? Who is Ro? And we like, I looked at Jay, I'm like, I am Ro. And then it was like, oh my god, Fish has told a lot of good stuff about you. I mean, so many people just loved me for me being myself. That's the best part about Philly, as well as the first half of the people there. I love the people there. And even in Philadelphia, I used to walk, and social life was so huge that I couldn't even get time for being myself, like being on my own. The other day I went to the zoo. I was like, oh my god, I have to step out, be on my own, and realize what that's like. Remember how I told being independent in the beginning? That's going to come back again. But it was just amazing, like, trying to be on your own. Your solo life was going well, as well as dating life was going well, and then bachelor life was going well. I was trying to cook, give it to the people around me, so every single part was going really well. And then in 2021 I made my application to Ruggers Newark, so I got to know that the Ruggers Newark application got accepted. So I was like, suddenly it shifted a lot of dynamics. So I was thinking like, oh my gosh, leaving India was the easiest decision I had ever taken in my life. I'll tell you that. Like, it was so easy to leave. I don't even miss my family. Like, it was very easy to leave every single thing and come here and start new life. But once you start your new life here and everything was going really well, especially in Philadelphia for me, to leave all of that was a different feeling. So I was like, oh my gosh, suddenly to I it, the kind of mindset that I had during that time, it was just really different for me. And slowly I decided that it's okay for career. I have to move. It's near New York City, so I think it would be good for my career. That's what I told myself. And during that phase it was a lot of running around, and I had that close support system, beat the work I wanted work on campus. From the whole this whole year I never took any money from my parents, apart from even for the portion of fees I'm paying on my own. So I wanted to be on my own. And even for apartment hunting, that 72 hours I had to give my driving test. I learned that through J. uh, 72 hours I ate just 2 meals, 23 trains. I came here to Jersey City looking for places, so it was a lot of running around. And I also decided like it would be a good move in the end for me. Like, I can replicate what has happened in Philadelphia back here in Newark and Jersey City. Boy, I was so wrong regarding that. But that during this time only I started YouTube too, so I knew that I was going to leave all of it. So I wanted to record those last few memories. So uh, J video or the apartment video was all recorded during that time. But yeah, it's okay, whatever it is. I knew that I'll be starting everything on my own. When you know that you're going to start all of it on your own in a new land, there's nobody to judge you or nobody be like, hey, he was like this way. So I could just be a new me altogether. And given that for me also, wherever I went in Philadelphia, people knew me, be it around Temple University campus or my campus or in Philadelphia, you'll always see me everywhere. Like, Rohit is everywhere. Like, that's all, that's the statement. But I can tell you the number of places that I didn't go to. That's how many places I've been to, be it bars or clubs or museums. I covered nearly every single thing that has to do in Philadelphia. If you guys want Philadelphia recommendations, I'm the best guy to ask. But but yeah, it was a different experience trying to move and be on your own. I thought I'll be able to replicate all of that, but then I also decided to be the new me. The fashion phase was gone, so I was like, I just want to be myself. Because being with Jay, I realized being with Jay and Fisher, they wear really simple clothes, and it's all about trying to attract people through personality rather than through clothes. So my clothes perspective changed. Like, why do I need to wear all these fancy clothes? I have a lot of clothes and I wear like few clothes in repeat. So that's what I've been following, like one jacket in repeat. So that's all that I need. And a new campus, academic career was new. So here I realized that the culture is different, the people are different. So I wasn't exactly able to replicate whatever happened in Philadelphia. So that's a new thing for me. And so being to New York City, I was going this from August till December. I never actually went out with anyone to Indian Street. There's something called Indian Street here, so I've never been out. Every single time I have been there alone, and I have never been to New York City with anyone. So it was a different feeling altogether. Like, I told myself in the beginning of this semester, so this is a new me, everything will go well. I'll make like really good close friends. So I am super slow at making friends, so that's another story altogether. But then I told myself like everything will go well. I wanted to be independent and completely on my own. So in the beginning everything was going well. The semester started, like a lot of weeks were going well. Slowly 1 hour or 2 hour of loneliness started creeping in during the week. And every time a distraction method, whichever one I try, would not work the second time. So one thing about me is that I'm not someone who will be like, oh yeah, this is not going well, I'll sit and crib about it. That's not me. I don't like to complain. I don't like procrastinating. I don't like gossip. I don't like drama. That's unique me. I'm also different in a lot of ways. I want to be outdoors. I don't complain about the weather, how no matter how cold it is. I don't feel the cold also. So for me to be like this loneliness kind of thing, like who do I actually talk to? And I have that close support system. They are telling me, but it's more like long distance friendship. I just want like one close friend around me. So to make that, I was having my own standard. So that's something I'm still working on. But it's a different experience to be 5 months on your own. You're walking so much, 1,700 plus miles I walked on my own. So like that's the amount of walking. And the second half of the year, actually the walking reduced to like 50 or 60 kilometers per week. So it was really different trying to be on your own. The few hours of loneliness started slowly increasing every week. And in the last week, last 2 3 weeks of college, it became like one whole day was being affected. My focus was being affected. So all of it was being new to me. I'm like, what is this happening, man? And the one thing about me is I like to invest. So I started becoming RA. I started volunteering a lot more. I started going to temple every week. So this whole semester I've been to temple every week. So that consistency was also there. So I was trying to be consistent with my old friends, trying to talk to them. So I haven't been able to meet any of them because of a clashing schedule. But being to New York City on my own, I used to check what's happening in New York City. I used to go there. I used to vlog or just enjoy. So I used to, every time I go to Indian Street or be like, whenever I see the groups of people, I don't like being around groups of people either. I just want like one close friend. That's more than enough for me. Whenever I go to New York City, whenever I see like a couple or like a group of friends in New York City or Indian Street, I just tell myself I really want that and I know that I'll get that. I just have to be patient. Patience is something that I really have to learn. So that's something I'm still working on, like being independent on my own. I feel I'm like 90-95%, but that remaining 5 or 10% is where it really affects, like it tries to change your mindset. And I'm not also not able to sit with my emotions and be like, yeah, there's something to work on. My friend told me to work on that emotional coping. So that's not, I'm not able to sit with my emotions or be comfortable with who I am during those low phases. So it was all different emotion altogether, trying to experience all of it, trying to experience life. So first half you're having super high social life, second half suddenly it becomes like literally nothing. But then this whole semester in the I was like, oh my god, I never went out with anyone to New York City in specific. So I wanted to go to New York City in specific and be like, I also changed, like imagine you're someone who's being on your own, like the amount of change that you go through, the kind of thinking that you do. But then Kritika, shout out to Kritika, we made a vlog together on Christmas. After this whole semester of being on my own, when I went out with her, I realized that I didn't change. It's the people around me. I was just being myself. That was a lot of laughter, a lot of fun. That vlog is coming out soon. You guys should check it out too. But then I just realized that I need like really good company around me. So that's one thing I realized. But after I went out with Kritika, I'm like, this suddenly it felt like a relief. I don't know where the pressure actually came from, whether it was my pressure or the society's pressure. Like it suddenly felt like a relief of finally going to New York City with some company, the kind of fun we had. So right now I told myself like this year's resolution is to be independent and completely on my own. Last year it was about happiness, and I feel I have achieved that happiness in a way. Like I'm still working over it, but at least I experience when I say happiness, it's directly ecstasy level. So it's a different feeling for me. But then as all new experiences, like this year it's going to be about making stronger and deeper connections with people around me. For me, the family that I create is more important than the family I come from. It's not like I hate my family, I love them, but then the kind of connections that you make from scratch. Kritika, I met her at a subway station. Jay, he was my roommate. So those experiences, when I think about like first half it was like that, second half suddenly it drastically changed, everything drastically changed. So for me to hard to accept, I had to be humble. I had, like in Philadelphia, when I took a walk, almost everyone knew me, because I was almost there everywhere. So Temple University students is a huge university. They knew me. My campus students knew me. I was there at all the events happening in the city. So suddenly you are here in a new city and nobody recognizes, nobody knows how your past was, how beautiful the past was, how this first half, and suddenly it's a different vibe altogether in around New York City and Newark. Trying to still make my connections. Been like 5-6 months. I have still decided like I'll go back to the drawing board, chart out what's going wrong and do that. But yeah, but since after I experienced going out, hanging out with Kritika, I just told myself like, it's not me, it's the people in a way, but I also in a way have to lower my standards. But I decided to be comfortable and independent on my own and wait for it. Like, that's something I have to. I know it's a crazy solution, like to wait for something and not work towards it, but I'm just, most of the days whenever I'm happy with nobody to gossip or like avoid all the Indian drama and all that, it's all fine. Here there are a lot more Indians who I'm not getting along with. So there's a different kind of Indians who I'm meeting here. Back there I had my own set of, I used to go out with certain set of people, like we are all like working independent people, the kind of roommates I am with, or the roommates in Philadelphia. So we are all like working kind of mindset. The kind of people are really different. I accepted that. So that's something I'm still working on. But yeah, this year it's been amazing, man. It's a different kind of feeling altogether. These new emotions about feeling disconnected. Times Square ball drop, I was there at the event. I had like thousands of people around me. I had that disconnect with almost every single person. Like, I'm like, what is this kind of feeling? So that was very new to me. Sadness is very new to me. Feeling lonely is very new to me. I never felt this kind of things before. I just want snow, okay? But all of this was like, oh my god. So, but yeah, everything, I know it will take its own course of time. It will all be great. I will do great things. I know that for sure. Like, it's all about like, even in New York City, the first time I was around in Midtown Manhattan, my phone didn't work and nobody actually helped me. So that was different. It all changes in a way. Like, came back home, navigated directions. So that was all like eye openers and research project. The academics year, I started working. So to distract myself, I started working more. I started having a lot more ideas to keep myself busy, be it like volunteering or uh, the research work which I was doing. So I started working 10 to 12 hours in a day. So that's, everything was new to me. The social life became zero, and suddenly the work life started taking a lot more. That's in a way how I invest in myself. So everything is new. I'm still working on a lot of stuff. This, I started therapy this year, so my therapist is still figuring out what I'm doing wrong. I mean, apart from the part that I slightly have higher standards. See, all I ask for people to be nice, humble, don't show your Indian drama, gossip, keep all of that away from me. And for me also, like, since I already experienced all of it with foreigners, going out with Indians, it's not working out for me in a way. Like, I also don't want to give my bias on them. I did not have any Indian to put their bias on people, like, hey, this is how people are. Everything I experienced on my own. And being with Jay also, I expect the racism part I understood really well, because he's black, like what he has experienced from especially Indians, and different people taught me a lot of stuff. And to be with Fisher and Jay, was my most favorite people. And Jay, shout out to Jay, and he also told Jay and I made a lot of people on the average day. Like, I talked to so many people, like 10 to 20 people, and then he told me that I was the best person from he has met last year. So for me also, I'm like, you're also the best person for me. So to kind of have that brotherly connection, something I never had. It just felt different, and something that I'm really grateful for. First of many experiences, the fame, the popularity in the first half of year. I hope to repeat that in 2023, because in a way it's like starting of 2022 was like that for me. Starting of 2023, hopefully it's like that. Birthday went away like a normal day. It didn't feel like something special because I didn't have anyone to celebrate with. New Year's Eve, New Year Day just feels like a normal day. It doesn't feel any special because I don't have anyone who I could really connect with. I'm just hoping to make that strong connection with someone, strong and deep connection with someone. For me to have that close connection, it's really important for me to have a close circle of friends. Unfortunately, they're not around me. It's more like long distance, as I mentioned before. But yeah, I'm still working on all of this stuff. I know that everything will work out really well. I'm grateful for the experiences. June 4th, Philadelphia mass shooting. I was there. I had so many near-death experiences. North Philadelphia, which is regarded what a really dangerous neighborhood. I walked during there at night. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I would walk in Philadelphia. I walked with groups. I walked alone. Earlier I was going alone. I'd be like, not. I was living life a different way. Like, I was independent. I wanted to prove myself. In a lot of ways, my boss would be like, "Why are you walking?" He used to scold me, like. But that's those experiences are what made me who I am today. So I'm really grateful again. I just keep stressing about being grateful and being alive. So those experiences in a way change your perspective in a lot of ways. So right now, New York City and Jersey City, everything I'm exploring on my own, still making that connection. I know that I'll get it this year. This year, I just hope to be more independent and comfortable on my own. That's something I really wish to work on, and it's just different feeling. And I'm really grateful for whatever has happened, the kind of people I have met. I hope to meet some amazing people to spend time with in New York City. Now Kritika also went back, so yeah, it's different feeling, still experiencing all of it. Hopefully we'll make those connections again, and it's going to be an amazing year. YouTube, I hope to be consistent with all the videos. I started YouTube last year, hope to be consistent with weekly updates. So that's one thing I'm working on. Like, I got my driver's license, so everything thanks to Jay again. Jay, I have a lot of things to thank Jay for. So again and again, I'm talking about Jay. He's super favorite person here. And then the people, I miss the people of Philadelphia. They were so nice to me, and I could be myself right here around Jersey City, Newark, and New York City. I am myself, but in a different way. Like, I want to be. I'm someone who laughs a lot. I haven't laughed. Uh, I just laughed on 2 days, like when I was at Kritika and when I was talking with Jay once. And the other thing which I actually want to mention is my ex roommates were robbed at gunpoint. This is something I haven't told outside my close circle. They were robbed at gunpoint. So that also changed my perspective in a way. Like, I was supposed to be there, and everything is happening for a reason. I was supposed to be there. Something like that has happened. You're having my favorite people, so in a way it changes me. I'm a lot more grateful. So you guys should see me when I'm like super happy. I'm still yet to reach that level like how it was in the first half of 2022, but I know that I will reach that this year at least. That's what I'm hoping for. It's going to be amazing. I can feel it. It's more like a video journal, but I just want to share this with all you guys. And I hope this year really goes well. It's going to be a transformative change for me personally. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.